Hi guys, it's your girl Flowbabez coming to you live and direct from YouTube. How are you guys doing today? Like, let me know in the comment section. How's your Friday going? I hope it's doing. I hope your Friday is going well. If not, let me know in the comment section. You could always private message me on Instagram and let me know how things are going as well. If you need someone to talk to, I hope things are going well with you guys. Let me know, okay? Because we're a community. Let's get right into the video. If you see me looking at my phone, just know that I took some notes for you guys. But we're going to be talking about things I wish I knew before doing a 21-hour layover in Doha. So as you guys know, I went to Zanzibar for my 25th birthday. But on my way to Zanzibar, I did a 21-hour layover in Doha just because I wanted to knock out as much countries as I could. I really want to go to 30 countries before I turn 30. Scratch that. I'm going to 30 countries before I turn 30 because I'm working on manifesting and speaking things into existence. So as I said, I'm going to 30 countries before I turn 30. So yeah, that's why I decided to go to Doha. It wasn't a specific country that I had on my radar at the time, but because the layover was available, I thought, why not? The first thing that I wish I knew about Doha was that it actually costs $20 per person to visit Doha as a US citizen on a visiting visa. The Doha visiting visa actually depends on the type, but it could be valid for a single use with a 30-day stay or for multiple stays with up to 90 or 180 days, or even for 2 years for US citizens. So I felt like me getting the visiting visa wasn't in vain at all, because if I decided to go to Doha again today, I could, because I have at least 3 months of use. I wish someone made a YouTube video talking about how it's best to visit Doha with a tour guide. If you do a layover without a tour guide and you go blindly and you don't really know where things are or what the history is behind certain things, I feel like you won't really enjoy the trip as much, just because you're going to be having to spend half of the trip trying to figure out what is here and what is there. But I did so much research that I was able to find the phone number of a tour guide in Doha. Please let me know if you want the phone number as well, because he did give me permission to give out his phone number. So if you want the phone number, let me know and I'll definitely be happy to drop it for you in the comment section. But as I was saying, this tour guide was able to take me around, me and my mom, around Doha and show us the different areas. Because he's familiar with Doha, he was able to pinpoint what times would be best to go to what events and what places. And the funny thing about this guy was that he is so humble. Like, he even told me and my mom that we don't even have to pay him, and if we do want to pay him, it should be out of the kindness of our heart. Guys, like, and you know what's crazy? Most people just say that just for saying sake, just to seem like they're humble. But guys, like, legit, like, the guy was not trying to accept money from us. Like, we had to even beg him, like, please just accept this one, manage this one, because like, we literally spent the whole 21 hours with this guy. We felt so bad. We bought him lunch and everything. Like, I would highly recommend him. His services were amazing. He's just like a local that lives in Doha, but once in a while he would tour people and take them around with his own vehicle to show them around Doha. I want you guys to promise me now that you'll reward him handsomely, because the guy is so patient. Like, he followed us everywhere. He took us to where we can get gold. I forgot the name of the place. He also took us to Nando's, the Villaggio, all these different places around Doha. So just make sure you reward him handsomely. If you do eventually get the contact for him to take you around Doha. But he was actually amazing, and I wish someone told me that you need a tour guide to, like, you know, see around Doha. I was the one that found it on my own, and, you know, was able to get his information to have him take me and my mom around. And if you can, show him this video so that he can know that I sent you, or I sent you his number. He was so amazing. Number 3, have a plan in mind. Don't just go to Doha just to go. Like, if you're having a layover and you know you have a set 21 hours to stay in Doha, plan it out. For example, in my situation, we landed in Doha at 5 a.m. in the morning. And then we also scheduled our sand dune activity at like 5:30 a.m. So we had about 20 minutes to grab our bag. The driver met us at the airport. Now, this isn't a problem in somewhere like Doha because the airport was very fast and efficient. There wasn't too much questions. There wasn't too much rah rah rah. So make sure you study the efficiency of the airport as well. It's because I knew that the airport was efficient. That's how I was able to schedule out the sand dunes to be, you know, close in time. So once the sand dunes tour guide came and picked us up, we went straight to do sand dunes. By 8 a.m. we were already done with our major activity. So we were just lounging and like going about our different activities. From there we went to the museum. From there we met up with the tour guide that took us around, and he was able to show us a lot more of Doha. Because we had a plan, it made the layover not only go by a lot quicker, but it was a lot more enjoyable and a lot more fun. It made the time go by so fast because we're having so much fun and learning so much about Doha. So please, if you can, have at least 2 or 3 activities that you do when you do go to Doha, because Doha is a very small country. It's very easy to get bored there just because it's a smaller population. But if you plan it well, you can maximize your time and really enjoy your time there. My 4th thing that I'd like to let you guys know before you plan a layover in Doha, plan for an early layover if you can. I know it's not really in your power to, but you know how Qatar Airways normally gives you options of flights. If there's an earlier option, go with that one because then you can cover more ground with that option. If you get a late flight, you tend to not be able to do as much just because most of the daytime activities will be closed by then, like the sand dunes and being able to go to the desert. So I'd highly recommend planning an early layover fly-in time so that way you can be able to cover more ground. But if you're not able to get an early morning layover to come in, try and get a layover that's overnight, like overnight into day. So maybe something from like 12 a.m. to like 6 p.m. the next day, so that way you can at least experience a couple of activities during the day before your flight. And lastly, I wish someone told me about the weather in Doha in January. Oh my goodness, why didn't anybody warn me? Did you know that Doha actually experiences winter? I did not know that because, you know, Doha, I associate it with being a desert. So I never thought for once like, oh, it could be freezing cold. Plus, keep in mind, I came from Lagos, Nigeria. So I'm dressed up for the winter. My only saving grace was the blanket they gave me on the Qatar Airways flight. Thank God we did not use KLM to go to Doha because KLM being so wicked, they didn't let us carry their blankets. But Qatar allowed us to carry their blankets. And if I did not have that blanket, God, I would have suffered on that layover because it was so cold. That Qatar Airways blanket is so quality. It was really keeping me warm throughout the whole layover time. Like, I literally did not let go of that blanket for once. So yeah, I was expecting Doha to be a desert only for me to get there, and I received the shock of my life. I literally received the shock of my life, guys. It was freezing cold. Like, and honestly, I'm not even a cold person at all. I don't even know why I was born in January because I'm not a cold person at all. Like, if you know me when I'm cold, I don't even talk when I'm cold. Like, I just wear my sweater and be walking through and be rushing straight to my destination because I don't like sitting in the cold at all. Like, can you imagine? I couldn't even take Insta baddie pictures because I was too busy being cold. I just have to make a highlight on my Instagram. Like, follow me on Instagram to check out my highlights. But I just made a highlight on it. Like, even the Instagram baddie pictures I was gonna take, all the captions I came up with for wear, I couldn't even post it again now. I was just wearing sweater the whole time. Even the outfit that I wore from Nigeria in the airport, or from Nigeria to Doha, I was planning to change it to wear, like, you know, baddie outfit, but I couldn't do that because I was freezing cold. Oh my gosh, never again. So just know, if you're going to Doha, typically the winter season lasts from early December to early March, and January is actually the coldest month in Doha. So if you're planning on going to Doha in January, just forget about it. But if you like cold, go ahead, safe journey. But if you don't like cold, stay at home or go to somewhere that's warmer because Doha is very, very cold in that January. Hey, it's just crazy that it was really cold in January because that's my birthday month. So like, dang. Now I know not to go to Doha for my birthday again. To be honest, I still was able to make the most out of it, but if you're planning a trip to Doha, just keep this in mind that the weather might be a factor or might be a hindrance to your enjoyment. Thankfully, I was still able to enjoy with my mom. I would still recommend going to Doha regardless because it was so fun. I'll definitely be back when the weather is warmer because I'm just not a cold girly at all. That's all my tips for you guys today. I hope to see you in the next video. Please drop a comment down below if you found these tips to be helpful. If you have any tips you want to add on as well, let me know. I'm open to suggestions. I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Ciao and all of my love. Okay, have a great weekend.